Let me ask you something. When you spray a fragrance on your hand, do you know what you're actually putting on your skin, or do you just want it to smell nice? The majority of people don't actually think twice about it. But for real fragrance lovers, connoisseurs and collectors, that question actually matters, because not all perfumes are created equal. There's a world of difference between natural and synthetic fragrances, and that's exactly what we're going to be speaking about today. What even are natural oils? You see, they are the original perfumery. They existed for centuries before sprays or synthetics were even known. Oud, amber, frankincense, all of them extracted directly from nature, either through steam distillation, CO2 extraction, or cold pressing. No alcohols, no fillers, just concentrated oil. You just need a small amount, because these oils sit close to your skin and they blend with your natural scent and project with the heat of your body. They tell stories, they carry depth. On the other side, you have your synthetics. And we need to be fair, not all synthetics are bad. In fact, some of the most iconic, mass appealing fragrances have a lot of synthetics, and in fact made of 100% or 90% synthetic molecules. Molecules that were born in a lab, like iso-E super and broxan and hedione. They help with consistency and mass production because they smell the exact same if you get them from the same source. Unlike naturals, iso-E super and broxan are just one molecule. A natural oil would have hundreds of different molecules. For example, oud or rose oil, they contain hundreds of different molecules, and the concentration of these hundreds of molecules depended on many different factors like the climate, altitude, cultivar, and the region itself. Sometimes even in the same field, crops that are higher than others smell different because they have different concentrations of different molecules, and that is what makes them interesting, artisanal, and extremely deep. Synthetics are very consistent and uniform. They smell the same on the dry down, whereas naturals, each ingredient, for example rose, has a top, middle, and base smell. It changes and grows on you over time. Affordable, mass-produced, lab-made ingredients wrapped in a luxury bottle is the case with the majority of designer fragrances today. But why do collectors, oud lovers, and artisans swear by natural perfume oils? Number one, and obviously because they are natural. Unlike synthetics, they are not derived from petroleum, so you don't need to worry about phthalates and certain toxic materials. The exclusivity, rarity, and complexity of these natural oils. I can make you a fragrance using natural oils that no one else in the world has except you, and it will be very difficult and very expensive to replicate. Even if you're using a GCMS machine, you might know what chemicals are used at what concentrations, but you won't know the ingredients that are used to craft the fragrance, because many natural raw materials actually have similar molecules. For example, rose, jasmine, and lavender, all of them have linalool, but at different concentrations. Connoisseurs and collectors love rarity, standing out, and pieces of art that no one else has except them. No alcohol, no dryness, no burn, just a pure aroma-filled fragrant experience. An experience that was once upon a time reserved for royalty. Before synthetics were ever made, the average person could not afford a fragrance because they were only made from natural ingredients that were important from far places, and it took a long and hard process to extract. But we do have to be just. Synthetics do have their place in perfumery because they can replicate the smell of expensive rare materials, and they can even create imaginary smells that don't even exist in nature, which is, let's be real, an advantage. Another thing is certain synthetic materials are used as fixatives to prolong the life of a fragrance. But do tell me this, would you prefer a collection of natural rare fragrances that you can exchange and experience with different ones throughout the day, or one super powerful synthetic fragrance that lasts all day and blinds you to the smell of it and perhaps even chokes the people around you? Not saying all synthetics are like that, by the way. A combination of synthetics and naturals can actually do a lot that perfumers were not able to do in the past. There is a felt beauty in the aging process of natural ingredients. When you leave them for a long time stored in a cool, dry place away from sunlight, that will allow them to mature, and the longer they're left to mature, the more interesting they become, and the more the molecules would macerate and marry each other and reveal new interesting depths for the perfume collectors. At Akotha Fragrance, we are going through a huge shift on how we do things. We no longer want to make perfumes for the masses, but rather we make fragrances for the few, the collectors, the connoisseurs. Pieces extracted and imported from different parts of the world, blended together by expert perfumers to tell a story, to provide you with an experience, and to remind you that you are special. We care for those that care about fragrances. Comment below if you're into these kind of educational fragrance videos, because this will allow us to continue. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.